We've all been there. You show up to work on a Monday morning hoping for a calm shift. Suddenly you're knee-deep in admissions, your pager's blowing up, and you're pretty sure you just saw a unicorn gallop past with a stethoscope. Being a nurse is anything but predictable. It's a wild ride of adrenaline rushes, heartwarming moments, and constant chaos. One minute you're comforting a scared patient, the next you're dodging bodily fluids like a ninja warrior. Amidst all the chaos, there's one thing we can control: our finances. As nurses, we dedicate our lives to caring for others. It's time we show ourselves the same love by building a solid emergency fund. Remember that time your car decided to break down on the way to work? Or when your furnace went kaput in the middle of winter? Life's little surprises always seem to pop up at the worst possible time. That's where your emergency fund swoops in to save the day. It's like a financial defibrillator, shocking your bank account back to life when disaster strikes. No more stressing about unexpected expenses, no more racking up credit card debt. An emergency fund gives you peace of mind, knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. So how do you build this magical fund, you ask? Don't worry, my friend. We're about to dive deep into the world of budgeting and saving nurse style. Let's face it, nurses are superheroes without capes. We work long hours, often on our feet, dealing with more bodily fluids than we care to mention. But unlike superheroes, our superpowers don't include immunity from financial emergencies. Our schedules are anything but regular. One minute we're working the day shift, the next we're pulling a double on nights. This unpredictability makes it harder to plan for unexpected expenses. Burnout is a real thing, my friends, and it can sometimes lead to unexpected time off work, which means a dip in income. Back problems from lifting patients, needle sticks, exposure to contagious illnesses. These are all occupational hazards that can lead to unexpected medical bills and missed work. An emergency fund acts as a buffer, protecting you from financial strain when these unexpected events occur. It's like a warm blanket on a cold night, giving you a sense of security and control in an otherwise unpredictable world. Let's be real, we've all been there. You reach into your locker for a fresh pair of scrubs, only to find they've mysteriously shrunk in the wash. Or your trusty stethoscope, your loyal companion through countless auscultations, decides to call it quits. Just like that, you're staring down the barrel of an unexpected expense. But fear not. This is where your trusty emergency fund swoops in to save the day. With a healthy emergency fund, these minor but oh-so annoying expenses won't throw your finances into a tailspin. Remember, an emergency fund isn't just for major life crises. Think of it as your "oh crap, I need new scrubs" fund, a financial safety net for those unexpected and often unavoidable expenses that come with the territory of being a nurse. I know what you're thinking, Nurse Financia. You make building an emergency fund sound easy, but I'm on a tight budget, and I hear you. Nurses aren't exactly rolling in dough, unless you count the dough we use to make Play-Doh for our pediatric patients. But here's the thing, building an emergency fund isn't about having tons of extra cash lying around. It's about making small, sustainable changes to your spending habits over time. Think of it like administering medication. You wouldn't give a patient a year's worth of antibiotics all at once, right? No, you'd break it down into manageable doses over a set period. Start by setting aside a small amount from each paycheck. Even $20 or $50 can make a difference over time. Think of it as an investment in your future peace of mind. Every dollar you save is a dollar you won't have to stress about when an unexpected expense rears its ugly head. Building an emergency fund can feel daunting, especially in the beginning. But remember, you're not alone on this journey. Millions of people, including your fellow nurses, are working towards the same goal. We're in this together, united by our shared experiences, our love for our profession, and our desire to achieve financial security. So buckle up, nurse financiers. We're about to embark on a journey towards financial freedom, one paycheck at a time. All right, nurses, time to grab your magnifying glasses and channel your inner Sherlock Holmes. Our mission: to track down every single dollar you spend. I know, budgeting sounds about as fun as a root canal without anesthesia. But trust me, it's not as scary as it seems. Think of it like taking a patient's history. You need to gather all the information before you can make a diagnosis, right? Same goes for your finances. Start by tracking your expenses for a month. The key is to be consistent and honest with yourself. Budgeting for nurses. It's not as scary as a code blue almost. Now that you've tracked your expenses, it's time to create a budget. Don't worry, this isn't about depriving yourself or living like a hermit. It's about making conscious choices about your spending and prioritizing your financial goals. Think of your budget as a roadmap to financial freedom. It helps you navigate your income and expenses, ensuring you have enough money for the things that matter most. Start by listing your essential expenses: housing, utilities, food, transportation, and of course those student loan payments that haunt our dreams. Finally, factor in your non-essential expenses, those little luxuries that bring us joy. Hello, online shopping. Setting realistic goals. You don't need $1 million yet. When it comes to building an emergency fund, it's important to set realistic goals. You don't need to have a year's worth of living expenses saved up overnight. Start by aiming for a smaller, more achievable goal, like $500 or $1,000. Once you reach that milestone, celebrate your success. You deserve it. Then gradually increase your savings goal over time. As your income grows or your expenses decrease, adjust your budget accordingly. Remember, building an emergency fund is a marathon, not a sprint. Celebrate your small victories along the way. The latte factor. Small changes, big results. You know that daily latte you love? Or that subscription box you rarely use? Those small, seemingly insignificant expenses can actually add up to big bucks over time. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up your beloved coffee or live like a monk to save money. But by identifying and reducing or eliminating some of these small, recurring expenses, you can free up a significant amount of cash to boost your emergency fund. Consider packing your lunch a few times a week instead of eating out. Explore cheaper entertainment options, like free concerts in the park or movie nights at home. You'd be surprised how much you can save just by asking. Okay, nurses, it's time to channel your inner bargain hunter. We're about to unlock the secrets to saving money like a pro without sacrificing all the fun. Because let's face it, after a 12-hour shift, we deserve some fun. First up, meal prepping. Packing your lunch a few times a week is a surefire way to save some serious cash. Plus, you can control the ingredients and portion sizes, which is a win-win for your wallet and your waistline. Next up, embrace the art of the hand-me-down. Kids growing like weeds? Join a local parenting group or online marketplace and score some gently used clothes and toys for a fraction of the cost. Who says you can't have your cake and eat it too? Adding a side hustle to your already busy schedule might sound crazy, but hear me out. It's a fantastic way to boost your income, explore new interests, and maybe even discover a hidden talent. Who knew you were a whiz at dog walking? Think about your skills and passions. Are you a whiz with a stethoscope? Offer your services as a telehealth nurse or a medical writer. Got a knack for organization? Become a virtual assistant or a professional organizer. The possibilities are endless. And the best part? You're in control. Choose a side hustle that fits your schedule and interests and watch your income and your emergency fund grow. Being a nurse isn't just a job, it's a badge of honor. And with that badge comes a whole world of discounts and perks just waiting to be unlocked. Seriously, nurses get the best deals. From scrubs and shoes to electronics and vacations, there's a discount out there for almost everything. Start by checking with your employer. Many hospitals and healthcare organizations have partnerships with local businesses that offer discounts to their employees. Next, explore online discount platforms specifically designed for nurses, like Nurses Week Deals or ID.me. Remember, those discounts are well-deserved perks for all the hard work you do. Remember that saying, out of sight, out of mind? Well, the same applies to saving money. The easier you make it to save, the more likely you are to actually do it. That's where automation comes in, like a financial fairy godmother sprinkling savings magic into your life. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings account each payday. Even if it's just a small amount, like $20 or $50, those consistent contributions will add up over time. Think of it like a financial IV drip, slowly but surely infusing your emergency fund with life-saving cash. Another great option is to use a micro-saving app. These apps round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and automatically transfer the difference to your savings account. Meet Sarah, a pediatric nurse with a heart of gold and a bank account that was looking a little anemic. Sarah was living paycheck to paycheck, her dreams of a tropical vacation fading faster than a patient's tan lines in winter. I knew I needed an emergency fund, Sarah confessed, but between student loans and my latte addiction, saving money felt as impossible as getting a toddler to sit still during a checkup. But Sarah was determined. She started small, packing her lunch instead of hitting the hospital cafeteria and swapping those daily lattes for homemade iced coffee. She even started selling her famous chocolate chip cookies to her coworkers. Slowly but surely, Sarah's emergency fund started to grow. It wasn't always easy, she admitted. There were times when I was tempted to dip into my savings for a new pair of shoes or a weekend getaway. But I kept reminding myself why I was saving. For peace of mind, for financial freedom, and for that tropical vacation, of course. And guess what? Sarah's dedication paid off. When her car decided to throw a temper tantrum, leaving her stranded with a hefty repair bill, Sarah was ready. Let's be real, overdraft fees are the worst. They're like the unwanted guests who show up uninvited and overstay their welcome. Mark, an ER nurse known for his quick wit and even quicker reflexes, knew this all too well. I was stuck in an endless cycle of overdraft fees, Mark admitted. It felt like I was working just to pay the bank. Mark knew he needed to break free from this vicious cycle, so he decided to create an emergency fund. He started by tracking his expenses, and to his horror, he discovered he was spending a small fortune on takeout coffee and impulse purchases at the hospital vending machine. I was basically funding a caffeine empire for one, Mark joked. Armed with this newfound awareness, Mark made some changes. He invested in a reusable coffee thermos and started packing healthy snacks to avoid those tempting vending machine treats. He even picked up a few extra shifts each month to boost his income. And guess what? It worked. Mark's emergency fund started to grow, and those dreaded overdraft fees became a distant memory. It's amazing how much money you can save by making a few small changes, Mark said. Now I do a little victory dance every time I check my bank account and see that I'm actually in the black. Maria, a seasoned ICU nurse known for her calm demeanor, even during a code blue, never thought of herself as a saver. I always thought budgeting was for people who enjoyed spreadsheets and counting pennies, Maria confessed. But after a series of unexpected expenses, including a particularly nasty bout of the flu that left her with a mountain of medical bills, Maria realized the importance of having a financial safety net. She started small, setting aside $20 from each paycheck into a separate savings account. She even challenged herself to find creative ways to save money, like swapping expensive gym memberships for free workout videos on YouTube and hosting potluck dinners with friends instead of eating out. Then, the unexpected happened. Maria's car, which had been making suspicious noises for weeks, finally gave up the ghost. The diagnosis? A major transmission repair that cost more than Maria had anticipated. But instead of panicking, Maria felt a sense of calm wash over her. Thanks to her diligently built emergency fund, she had enough money to cover the repair costs without going into debt. "It was a true test of my emergency fund," Maria said, "and it passed with flying colors. Having that financial cushion gave me peace of mind during a stressful situation. It was the best feeling knowing I had my own back." These are just a few examples of the countless nurses who have taken control of their finances and built healthy emergency funds. Remember, building an emergency fund isn't about depriving yourself or living like a hermit. It's about making conscious choices, finding creative solutions, and celebrating your progress along the way. As nurses, we're used to handling emergencies. We're problem solvers, we're resourceful, and we're resilient. So why not apply those same skills to our finances? You have the power to change your financial future. One shift, one saving hack, one latte at a time. So go forth, my fellow nurses, and build those emergency funds. You got this. There you have it, nurses. We've journeyed through the unpredictable world of nursing finances, explored the importance of an emergency fund, and uncovered some seriously savvy saving strategies. We've laughed, we've cried. Okay, maybe not cried. But we've definitely felt the pain of those overdraft fees. And we've emerged from this experience stronger and wiser. Building an emergency fund might not be as glamorous as rocking those new compression socks, but there is nothing that beats the feeling of financial stability. Thank you for watching Nurse Financiers, and see you in the next video. Remember to share and subscribe.